Barako, Holayumullah, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakak Qudash. I want to give double honors to the apostles and elders that prophesied and rule well for the hopeful 144 and the 1/3 of Yasharallah, who this world refers to as Israel, starting at the house of great millstone. Shalom to you, Akim, who teach and learn in sincerity. Shalom to the Akwith, who learn in sincerity. It's your brother, Kanan, and this will be titled, The Beast is Alive. It's alive, like Dr. Frankenstein. And hey, that's exactly who they are. We ought to start paying attention. Listen, the Bible, the purpose of the Bible was set up as a history book, also as a prophecy book for Yasharallah, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, including the speckled birds who look like all the other nations where we've been scattered abroad to the four corners of the earth. However, your father's seed comes back directly, his lineage, his seed, his heritage comes back to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. We are the 12 tribes of Yasharallah. That's what the Bible is for, okay? To give us warning and also to tell these Goyim, the other nations, the 17 nations, starting with Edom, the number one adversary, that they're going into captivity and they're going to pay for misusing the children, abusing and misusing the children of Yasharallah. Okay, I make that point to make this point. On the other hand, Edom, they have their laws and rules. The wicked, they have their laws and rules that they must follow. They must give you warning. Okay, and in order to enact their plan, they have to warn you. How do they warn us? Through their media. Okay, I just brought up in the last video jokingly that they are vampires, which we know they are. They're bloodthirsty vampires, the wicked. Okay, and the fact that they paint vampires white and then they self-proclaim to be white when they're red, you know. So I was joking about that. On the other hand, look at this picture. This is Dr. Frankenstein. Who was he? A Edomite. What was his goal? To create life, to be God. Once again, to set himself up as a god. And what did he create? A monster. And what are they creating in real time? Dealing with this AI? A monster, a destroyer of mankind. Okay, so furthermore, let's get it. This is the beast is alive. Okay, and if you thought Frankenstein was scary, just imagine what this AI's got up its sleeve for you. All right, you've seen all the movies dealing with an enhancement of artificial intelligence. It's never been a good movie based on artificial intelligence. There's never been the robots came and saved humanity and everybody got along. And no, they come to do one thing. And you could watch a cartoon. You could watch a Matrix, iRobot, whatever. Like I said, cartoon. One that comes to mind is the Night of the Sentinels, X-Men, 4-part series that told us that Master Mode could not be controlled, and all of his creation, which was many versions of him, went havoc and rounded up not only the mutants but the humans too, because it assessed the humans as what's wrong with the earth, the germ on earth. Okay. So let's get it. This is the book of Job 9:24. The earth, all of it, the whole realm is given into the hands of the wicked, starting with who? Edom. Okay. Once again, the self-proclaimed white man. All right. Self-proclaimed white man. There's no such thing as. All right. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Did he not cover the faces of the judges? Can we not go to Revelations 1, read down from 13, where it explains to you the Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus. You know, the letter J was not invented to the 16th century, early 1500s, which Jesus goes into earth pig. All right, not Yahweh Shai, which goes into Yahi, Hawah Shai, salvation, but it tells you what color he is. He's brown. He's a brass tried in fire, somewhere around my complexion, either darker or lighter than my complexion, which would make him a so-called African American, even though I'm a Gadite. Okay, so we know he's covered the faces. The Renaissance, what did they do? They made all type of blasphemy images of Yahweh. Okay, that fat bastard sitting on that cloud that Michelangelo painted butt naked with his finger pointing to whoever. I guess that's supposed to be Adam or whatever. Okay, all men of color, including our creator. How do you know? Because the scriptures tell us that. Okay, he said, Yahweh Shah said, when you see me, you see my father. All right. So he's covered the what did he do to King David? Had him naked with his genitals showing. Okay. And once again, not him. Edomite. So yes, he's covered the faces of all the judges, including Job. You read these, you open these like picture Bibles. What do you get? Edomites, representing everything, representing all culture. They even got maps of them just being all over the world. They're the people, you know. By choice, by chance, if you of color, you must have just recently popped up on the scene out of nowhere. Okay. So once again, that point is made. Job 9:24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, starting with Edom. All right, the number one adversary. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Okay. This is the book of 2 Thessalonians, chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means. And oh yeah, we got plenty of them. Starting at the house of Yasharallah, we got false prophets who've been set up 501c3 to deceive the masses of our people. You know, and it's the will of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua that 2/3 of our people don't even receive this truth. Okay, because he's going to judge them. But the Bible says, let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there be a falling away first. Okay. And we lost all understanding of who we are. That's why the scriptures speak of the valley of dry bones. Okay. Ezekiel having to prophesize and bring back that rekakodash amongst our people so we can have understanding. All right. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition. Now I'm on airplane mode because I'm getting hell of these spam calls, but perdition goes into sinful. Okay, it goes into sinful. Oh man, I have more detail about it, but if you get a chance, look up perdition. Okay, Google it and see the definition of it. Lawless. Okay. Who oppresseth and exalteth himself above all that is called Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua. Now, didn't I just describe how he did that? He covered the faces of the judges, okay? And he did that on purpose, thinking that he could put himself in that seat. See, Esau knows that he lost the birthright, which was never his to begin with. But that's his ongoing desire to get back what he thinks is righteously his, which was just set up by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua to make this one hell of an interesting life, one hell of an interesting story for him. Okay. So, or that is worshipped so that he as God setteth in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. See, that's that God complex that he's been given, just like Pharaoh had it in past tense when he would not let the children of Yasharallah go, when Moses confronted him and he was like, who is God that I have to obey? Okay, and what did Yahweh Bashem Yahushua do? He made an example. And what is he going to do this time? Make an even bigger example. Okay, he set the stage to bring this demon down. This is the book of Romans, chapter 9, verse 12. It was said unto her that the elder shall serve the younger. Okay, you understand that? It was said to Rebekah that the elder should serve the younger. All right, now let's get this, because you seen that it was said to her by who? The prophets, that when she went to inquire why is she in so much pain, because they was UFC boxing in her belly, they wasn't getting along and chilling, or they was fighting inside Rebecca's belly, Jacob and Esau. So she was told that two different men are in your belly, two different nations. A lot of you Jakes can't understand it. No, they can't do that. Well, then get out of here. Kick rocks. This is not for you. If you don't believe any proportion in this Bible, is not for you, because Yahweh Bashem Yahushua comes in the volume. Okay? It was said unto her that the elder, who was the elder? Esau. He came out first, read all over. Who came out second? Jacob, holding his heel. Shall serve the younger. Okay, is that traditional? Fuck tradition. All right, that's what Yahweh Bashem Yahushua said. Fuck your tradition. Now, brief little history lesson right here. Genesis 27. If you want to know what Esau, what the wicked is so mad about, let's get it. And 37. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, who is Isaac? The father of Esau and Jacob, okay, who is also Yahweh Shai. If you can receive that, all right, Yahweh Shai before Yahweh Shai, all right. That's why Yahweh Shai went on that cross first of all to cover his sins as Adam, as King Solomon. You know, I don't know the sins he committed as Isaac, but I'm pretty sure he did. No man that walked this earth is of clear as sin other than Yahweh Shai, okay. And Isaac answered and said unto Esau, who is Esau? The father of the Edomites, okay, the progenitor. Behold, I have made him thy Lord, who is him, Jacob, okay, our progenitor of you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. All right, listen to what he says right here. I have made him Lord, and all his brethren have I given to him for servants, okay, all the nations, and with corn and wine have I sustained him, okay. So we're going to be good off. We're going to be good off once these curses are lifted up off of us. The curses from where? Deuteronomy 28. Read up on them. And what shall I do now unto thee, my son? Okay, and if you don't know the backdrop, Esau was asked of Isaac to go fetch him to go hunt him some venison for a meal, but Rebekah told Jacob to go take the meal that she had prepared to Isaac, and Jacob said, "Mom, I don't want to be a deceiver." And what did Rebekah tell Jacob? The Bible says, "Honor thy mother and father, so do as I say." So he obeyed his mother's will and took the meat in and got blessed heaven. Okay, took the meal to his Isaac and got blessed heaven. And it's a little bit more to it, but that's a good read. Okay. And Esau said unto his father, "Has thou but one blessing, my father? Bless me, even me also, my father." And Esau lifted up his voice and wept. Why, Dad? Why? Why? I can see it. I'm just telling you. And Isaac, his father, answered and said unto him, "Behold, thy dwelling shall be the fatness of the earth, and the dew of heaven from above, and by thy what? By thy sword." Okay, who yields that sword today? All right, we all got a gun. I got a pistol. Who has the rockets? Who drops the bombs? Who made it rain fire from the heavens? Okay, Esau, Edom, and he's got even more up his sleeve now. Who has the drones, the Jewish lasers, as Marjorie Taylor Greene would call them, the Jewish space lasers? And did they not burn up Maui in California? Okay, so it's proof that they have that type of. They got the sword, and by the sword shall thy live, and shall serve thy brother. And it shall come to pass when thou shalt have the dominion that thou shalt break his yoke from thy neck. And Esau hated Jacob, his twin brother, because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him with what? Heaven, eternal life, no more pain, no more agony, always prosperous for our people, okay, for eternity. Not for the measurement of time that we hear and pass away through illness and sickness, okay? No more sin. And Esau said, in his heart, in his lob, his mind, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. You get it? And that was a promise. Now, let's go back to this. Romans. It's lucky. Let me get my spot here. Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob I have loved, but Esau I have hated. Okay, so can't you understand now how Jacob was given heaven and Esau was given a sword? Okay, that's going to actually be turned on him. All right, I just did a video, self-inflicted wound. All right, dealing with Nero and his big bad mouth, because that's pretty much what it is, a whole bunch of tough talk. Okay, what shall we, okay, did I, all right, yep. So once again, 13, Romans 9 and 13, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. So now I'm a Hebrew hopscotch down for vocab Malone to 21. Have not the potter power over the clay of the same lump to make one vessel unto honor, Jacob, and another unto dishonor, Esau? Out of the what lump? Out of the same the same seed that came out of Isaac that went into Rebekah's belly. One vessel was made of honor and the other for dishonor. Okay. What if Yahweh Bashim Yahushai willing to show his wrath? You cannot take away from this the meaning of this. Willing to show his wrath, willing to show his wrath and to make his power known. Remember, Alessandra, great light demon power, once again executed against the Egyptians, the Hamites. Okay, this time it's going to the spiritual Egyptians, Edomites. Okay, endureth much long suffering, the vessel of wrath fitted for destruction. And how did he do it? He set them up, gave them this God complex. He put them on top of all the other nations, the bottom of the barrel. And then what did he do to Jake? He took the top of all civilization, the best ever made, starting with Judah, okay, and put them all the way to the bottom, starting at Judah all the way to the bottom. Okay, to the point where the northern tribes don't even have a respect or love for the southern tribes, although we're the same people. Unless you're in this truth, then you have the understanding. Okay. All right, let's get it. Let's get proof of this. Because once again, the beast is alive. Yeah. Look, there goes the fictional Frankenstein. Here goes the true Frankenstein. Yeah, what is it called? Optimus Tesla bot. That's a version of it right there. And look who the mad scientist is. Elon Musk. Okay. Fucking Edomite from South Africa, unelected official of United Snakes of America now. All right. Even wanting to move into the White House. All right. This is my 107. Fair use copyright. Allowance is made for fair use for a purpose such as criticism, and I'm going to do that. Comments, news, reporting, teaching. Okay, yada, 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 fair use. All right, so I'm not selling a product. This is strictly for educational purposes. I pray that you be edified.
NVIDIA chips were acquired by China, or these Chinese companies, prior to the export restrictions that were implemented by the Biden administration.
Yeah, I'm worried about this, but for a different reason. Because remember all the warnings about AI when it first came out? And you might not, because it was given by a lot of the people who are now running the AI companies. And they said, be careful, because if you program AI in the wrong way.
Did you hear what he said? Wasn't that the first sentiments of AI? We got to be careful, because do you really want computers becoming intelligent? But okay, we passed that point now.
It could basically have a mind of its own and just follow that code, even if you wrote the code wrong, right? And then perhaps harm humans. Because once you release a program into the world, hard to bring it back in. Now, there's a lot of different scenarios, and some seem far-fetched, but the people in charge of AI were super worried in the beginning. And that's why they kept saying, be careful, go nice and easy, don't make any mistakes. Well, now that a Chinese company did this, now everybody's in a panic. They're gonna wanna go faster and be less careful.
Oh, it's a good point. That is a really good point.
And it's not just us, guys. So doesn't look like China's slowing down.
Keep in mind that NVIDIA chips were acquired by China, or these Chinese companies, prior to the export restrictions that were implemented by the Biden administration.
Yeah, I'm worried about this, but for a different reason. Because remember all the warnings about AI when it first came out? And you might not, because it was given by a lot of the people who are now running the AI companies. And they said, be careful, because if you program AI in the wrong way, it could basically have a mind of its own.
Okay,
and
so
just
my bad.
follow that code, even if
you get the gist, though. That was a good point. At first, it started off as let's have control over it. Now it's who's quickest, who can get quickest to have this beast out here. Because once again, we'll get to it. We'll get to it. I want to stay in line. Back to the book of Job, 13 and 4. But ye are forgers of lies. Ye are physicians of no value. Once again, Elon Musk, listen to people like that to manipulate you to thinking that all of this is for your safety, for the best of you. A robot roaming your house. So you don't have to wash your own dishes. You don't have to sweep your floor. Come on, man. You dumb you down and give the power to machine, okay? Because that's all they want to do is lord over us, okay? Starting with you, Jacob. But actually the whole world, okay? This is not just a problem for you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics. This man is evil to himself, okay?
No secret sauce here. Everyone has the capacity. You have no idea what kind of hidden talents are just being cast aside because of their birthplace, okay? He's also stating that because it's so large, because China is a massive country, that there is a likelihood that there are going to be brilliant, innovative engineers there. He's also saying that the hardships that America imposed on Chinese development because they want to stunt Chinese development, they want to stunt Chinese growth, have caused them to work more efficiently. And those hurdles have basically created the problems that America created.
And I'm gonna stop this right here and say that United Snakes of America is trying to stifle everybody from coming up. They just want to be the number one. But however, that just lets you know, if they're going out the way to do this to China and China's still evolving at such a quick rate, it's the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai.
For China, in an effort to stunt their growth, has led them to innovate in this regard.
Approaches will be figured out worldwide. Now, what does that mean for NVIDIA's chip prices? What does that mean for nuclear power plants, for data centers? What does that mean for future data centers? The jury's still out. By the way, no one's replicated this. For all we know, this is the Sputnik moment, or this is the cyber Pearl Harbor where they faked this whole thing and it really wasn't done for $5.5 million in 2 months. We don't know. My guess is it was done for $6 million, and was done in 2 months. That's my guess. And we're all going to have to rise to the challenge. And by the way, I am confident that everybody will.
Yeah, this is the thing. We were talking about the race, the AI race, and I think this is pretty much indicative of the race that has truly just begun. As you say, yes. You can crack this code. If it's a mathematical solution, then you've got people that could work on it. But you touched on something in terms of the hardware and the GPUs and NVIDIA and so forth, and even what it means for electricity consumption for data centers. If what we're hearing from DeepSeek is in fact all factual, what does it actually mean? Does this change the calculation completely for AI?
So at the moment, it is much less expensive to run DeepSeek R1 locally than it is to, or even in the cloud, than it is to run any of the other models. So the question is not, is this better or worse? The question is, going forward, is algorithmic efficiency, this ability to run smaller models more efficiently, going to be a better path forward than the brute force massive compute models that we've used so far at OpenAI and Anthropic and at Google Gemini and at Llama, for Meta's Llama?
See, contradictory to everybody's thought, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua doesn't give a damn who sets this up, because at the end of the day, it's going up. This is his will. He didn't, we're going to get to it in a while, but he didn't have Revelations 13 written for no reason, okay? That was all, once again, Yahweh Bashim Yahushua comes in the volume of the book. See, we can't get around this. There's no talking it out, no pulling the plug. All right, it's here. It's alive. It's here, okay?
We don't know the answer to that. Right now, it points towards two futures. One future is algorithmic efficiency. The other is brute force compute. There's no one in the world who can answer that.
No secret recipe here. There's no secret sauce here.
Okay. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, known as Sirach, chapter 14, verse 5. Okay. He that is evil unto himself, to whom will he be good? Salakia. Sirach 14 and 5. He that is evil to himself. Now, The Edomites. You gonna tell me they're not evil to themselves? They're the number one evil to themselves. They use a damn. You know, they look at things not as people, but as status. That's all they care about is the status quo. Okay. It's not a color thing. All right. They want first of all, what do we know? The New World Order wants everybody under slavery other than the elites. Okay. So he that is evil to himself, to whom will he be good? He shall not take pleasure in his goodness, in his goods. He shall not take pleasure in his goods. So if you really think this AI is coming up for medical advancements and the pioneer bringing back limbs and taking people from paralyzed to walking with through their miracle, not through the miracles that Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah and the prophets perform, but through the miracle of technology. All right, through the left hand of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shah. There is none worse than he that envieth himself. Salakia, Sirach 14:6. There is none worse than he that envieth himself. And this is a recompense of his wickedness. Okay, they see, once again, they have too much. They're bored. That's what, see what happens when you're bored. You start to get into all type of mischief. Okay. What did I say? An idle mind is the devil's playground. Verse 7. And if he does good, he does it unwillingly. Okay. And at the last, he will declare his wickedness. So at the end of the day, everything he does is set up for a purpose for everybody else to fall, to be harmed around him. Okay. Once again, he has never had good intentions for anything. All right. Nothing.
Is that instead of taking months to train and hundreds of millions of dollars, it took under 2 months to train and cost according to the company, under $6 million to train. When you download it, you can post-train it, and pre-trained transformer models need to be post-trained in order to be valuable. And the compute cost is a fraction. We're talking a few percentage.
As an AI researcher, I'm highly doubting the narrative. They were using the same models. Everyone had tested the agents, and they're stupid as bro. That's the other part of this process, is that I think, look, I don't think that like DeepSeek is particularly brilliant and much, DeepSeek is like insane. It's super brilliant. It's so much better than ChatGPT or anything like that. I think that the significant part about this is that it's, one, open source, and two, done much cheaper and much more efficiently, which basically exposes the fraudulent nature of like the Western AI conversations. That's it. That's literally
Let me pause right there. It's looking bad for spiritual Babylon. Financially, you name it. It seems like everything they put in their hands to is just trash. Is worthless. Now, once again, you got Elon Musk sitting in the unelected chair, and rumors has it he's ready to sell off Tesla. Why? Because once again, you got China. They don't came up with better electric vehicles. Better meaning better equipped, better handling. Also, a fraction of the price, just like these chips. Everything they seem to do, it seems to be trumping United States of America right now. Okay, so once again, Nero having his arrogance and his narcissism. This has to be the worst time to be the president, because all you could do is talk shit, but you have no power or might to back it up.
It exposes it for the bubble that it is. I'm not sitting here and saying like it's the greatest invention, like China done did it again or anything like that. I'm just simply saying that like it quite literally exposes the way that those seeking out profits down the line in the tech sector have invested themselves into yet another bubble. They just move on from bubble to bubble. They move on from hype to hype. And this was the latest iteration of that. And the Chinese model coming out and showcasing that like they can do it for much cheaper and in a shorter period of time, and also release it for free, open source to the entire world, kind of exposes all of that. It's not, I'm not saying that it's, bro, the algorithm is brilliant. Don't know what the you're talking about. You can have a brilliant algorithm, like ChatGPT technically is also quote unquote brilliant. My point is it autonomous? Is it like truly an autonomous thing that you can substitute for real labor? Can you use it to write scripts, medical scripts for patients? No, you can't. It's a cool piece of technology, and inevitably, I think it will go there. It will become a incredibly valuable tool, but I still think it's in its infancy stage. Remember the metaverse and the Apple VR?
And I want to stop right here because contradictive to what he's saying. I own an iPhone, and right now they're trying to suggest that I download AI apps, which I would never do because I don't see the benefit of it or whatever. But yeah, they want you to AI this, AI your taxes. And I'm seriously, I've seen all kind of advertisements. So this thing is full steam moving. Once again, it's alive. The beast is alive.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, those were like obvious duds that fell apart very quickly.
Points fraction of what it costs to use the large language models from the big hyperscalers and foundational model builders like OpenAI or Anthropic or any of the.
Have you seen how Project 2025 Heritage Foundation names are hidden in the metadata on authors on official government documents going out from the OPM? I'm not surprised by that even a little bit.
Large foundational model builders. So this cost savings, along with the basically lightweight of the model, meaning you can download it and run it on a laptop, has sent kind of shivers through the spines, because what this really means is there's a possible future where algorithmic efficiency beats brute force computation. And the entire AI industry in the United States and around the world has been thinking about high level computation and big data centers and a lot of energy use and chips. And now they're thinking, maybe not.
So it's a really good one to look at in terms of the numbers.
Now, I don't know how far Bashim Yahushua is going to let this AI go. We know the mark of the beast is going to be and put in place. But if you pay attention to like The Matrix and Terminator, what's the thing? The AI has suggested that we're not dealing with humans. We're going to, matter of fact, we're going to get rid of humans, okay? So in order for it to do that, it's disconnected from the purpose that it was supposedly created for and came up with found its own purpose, okay? So I wouldn't be surprised, what I'm trying to say, if all of these AIs connect at some point and come up with, once again, Skynet or something totally named, fuck what you named it, something totally different, okay? But when I'm saying totally operating by itself with no control. And that's how, that's how they put it to us. And when they give us these, once again, when they show us their left hand, that's what it's always bad. It's not good. All right. This is the book of Matthew. I mean, what good can come from it? Better war efficiency. We could blow this up and blow that up. See, that's another thing. When you talk about war today, you talk about people might as well be playing Call of Duty because, they do send that boy out to die. But once again, all those drones and stuff are manned from behind closed doors, okay? They're not putting their necks out there for real. Matthews 24 and 22. And except those days shall be shortened, there shall no flesh be saved, none of humanity, because once again, watch The Matrix, watch The Matrix Part 2, and when they came into Zion and just started ravishing through all flesh, and those sentinels could not literally be stopped, okay? But for the elect's sake, not for the sake of Yasharallah, not so God so loved the world, no, not for the sake of Yasharallah, but for the elect's sake, the 1/3, starting with the 144,000, the 12,000 men chosen out of the 12 tribes, okay? Then the 1/3 of all of our nation, the elect's sake. Those days shall be shortened. The water Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, okay? Now, this is the book of Revelations. We're going to be wrapping this up. I pray that this has been edifying. Revelations 13 and 9. If any man have an ear, let him hear. Okay, and who has the ear? Those who Yahweh Bashim Yahushua has appointed to. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. Who is that? Edom. Okay, the rest of the nations had us, but who's had us in the harshest, worst condition? Edom, to this day. He that killeth with the sword, the gift given to Edom, must be killed with the sword. Here is the patience and the faith of the saints. Once again, who are those? Does any random body that believes? No. The election of Yasharallah, you so-called African Americans, Native Americans, Hispanics, only appointed to you. Okay? Now we got one more. Pay attention to this.
This is me. But a lot of people that come here, instead of saying, no, Trump is going to do everything good for us, they ask questions and they say, you know, do you think Trump will stop this, or do you think Trump will do this? And I just generally talk to them and say, hey, no, because the technology, they're going to say we're fighting against China, but in reality, it's all countries using it as a form of enslavement.
Did you hear that? But in reality, it's all countries. Okay? They're in confederate with each other. Okay? In league. Okay? To usher in their God, to try to outshine Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai, okay, which can never happen.
And
hold on, in my young Dolph voice, that'll never happen.
Well, their excuse is, well, we can't not upgrade because we'll have another country outdo us, which I get that, but that's not really the reality. It's about a technocratic dictatorship. At the end of it all, there is no parties. There's only the technical elite that's going to rule, which basically is a technology infrastructure, which is the money is being funneled there right now. We have all evidence of that happening. And in the end game of that, it becomes the mark of the beast system. And then to get on the internet, it becomes all this. So again, this is really a dangerous step, and it's only the first phases of it. So we're not saying overnight you're going to see everything change. We're talking about future events and how they're going to be doing this over the next course of years.
A lot of this is going to be probably to get people to move, relocate.
And here's the thing. They're not telling us that when they activate this AI agenda.
You see these smart city locations? This ain't just a United Snakes of America thing. Once again, now you think everybody just all of a sudden invented the same idea? Let's have 15-minute cities where nobody can leave and go. Martial law mentality. No, it's a bigger agenda from the elites, okay? Starting with the little hats, all right?
Is that they're going to have us surveil with armed drones. That's eventually what it's going to be about. So this is a drone that's armed right here, and it's like flying. It can drop smoke. It's basically military grade drones. But this one right here is not what will be used in the oncoming scenario. It'll be much more advanced than these type. But again, in a smart city, there is no police. Like really, it's mainly they unarm the police. They have the technology, and actually they have only like special forces or black ops who are basically coming in. They actually saw that predictive programming on college.
This is the book of 2nd Esdras, 15. One verse comes to mind. 17. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Did you hear what he said? They're going to have robots, man. And you see, they got the Optimus bot. They're in people's cribs. You got Kim Kardashian already lap dancing on one. Okay. All right. I'm going to read this one more time. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Okay. He just told you martial law. All right.
Actual physical slaves, they needed to do it through technology because people would enjoy enslavement more. I want you to give some pointers on the smart city and the technology that is at hand here that people are not really much aware of that we're going to be speaking on.
Yeah, I mean, I know of at least 15 U.S. cities are planned for 15-minute cities, not to mention all the ones across the whole world. I mean, you got Australia, Canada, Spain, China. I mean, Italy. It's all over. And yeah, people have to understand that these 15-minute cities, like you said, it's going to be restricted. You're not going to be able to go.
Hey, and I don't mean to interrupt, but Gavin Newsom of California, while California's on fire, he said he stands in front of a reporter with a smile on his face, talking about the possibility of Olympics and new infrastructure with a smile on his face. Okay, not at all ashamed of the situation taking place. So once again, this is all in the making. And by the way, I'm in Indianapolis, and they made no mention in this video. And we're watching the 15-minute shit go down right here. We're watching the infrastructure being put in place.
Where without constant surveillance, and microchips would be the norm. There'd be smart meters everywhere, cameras, high population density. You think kind of like the movie Judge Dredd, where they're living in those high rises. I don't know if anybody's ever seen that, but that's what it would be like. You wouldn't have a car. Well, the elites will live everywhere, and I think part of this agenda for Agenda 2030 doing this is because to keep our eyes from watching what they do, because they want to be able to do whatever they want in public. They don't think they should have to hide from us.
And so this is really like the expansionism.
Damn near Hunger Games. One of my go-tos, Hunger Games, because that's real. The elites and then the peasants.
To the technocracy state. So the border, the smarter wall, also, like we said, that's really what they're presenting later down the line. That's going to be presented as a solution. So how do you think it's all going to...
Remember, Revelations 13:9 or 13:10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab's, you will eat the bugs and love them. You will own nothing and love it. That's captivity, okay? And that's what they're signing you up for. Now I'm going to go down to 11. Revelations 13:11. And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had two horns like a lamb, and spoke like a dragon. What is that dragon going to? Draconian, harsh measurements. Who is in authority right now? Nero over here in United States of America. What do they have? The so-called Republican, so-called Democrat, always bickering, but really one agenda. And they both follow that agenda. Okay, did Trump come in and actually stop the Gaza war? Hell no. And he's going to continue to aid them despite what comes out of his mouth. Okay, so it's an illusion of having a choice when you never have a choice. Now the dragon is back in our time. All right, with these harsh measurements that's never been seen before, but they are here now. Over here in spiritual Babylon, the roundup is on. Jacob's trouble. Okay, the door is open. All right, and it ain't closing. Now, once again, Judah, so-called black people, so-called African Americans that think that you're at ease right now watching this happen to the northern tribe, you're next, buddy. Okay, very soon. All right, now I'm gonna go down to 14. Now, and this is going into the videos we just got through watching. And he deceiveth them that dwelleth on the earth by the means of those miracles which he had power to do in the sight of the beast. Once again, AI giving you back vision, letting you be in a wheelchair, play video games with your mind without touch. Okay, having some people stand up and walk around. Oh yeah, it's a miracle. All right, saying to them that dwelled on the earth that they should make an image to the beast, AI, which had the wound by the sword and did live. All right. 15. And he had power to give life unto the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. Now, once again, what can have that authority? Once that AI is unleashed over all the technology that's out here, we do not have, this flesh cannot stand up against that mechanical robots. Hell, we've seen the things that these motherfuckers do: break dance, run faster than Usain Bolt. Okay, wide shooting, aimed. You ain't seen aim. Okay, just total accuracy. All right, you're not gonna be able to get away from it. It's gonna, hey, take this chip. Here we go, right here. 16. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound. That's all statuses. Small and great is not your muscle size. It's not how little you are. It's your status. So all those all your two-third celebrities, okay? And I'm just giving an example of our people, the you know, your fame, and then your to the lowest, to Lil Ricky and Bobby in the ghetto. He's causing all of them to receive this mark in their right hand or in their forehead, or you know, you want to get stupid, your elbow, your butt cheek, don't, wherever you put it, okay, wherever you think is plausible to go. And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bound, to receive a mark in their hand, in their right hand or in their forehead. What's that mark? Charagma. Okay, and what is that charagma going to? A pale, a stake. Okay, imprinted imprint. Okay, all right, implanted imprint. Okay, you can't get around it. That little size of a grain of rice chip. Okay, that's out here on the market freely to get now, but it's not been mandated, but it's coming. All right, 17. And that no man might buy or sell save that he had that mark. And throughout my couple years in this truth, 5-6 years, I've heard a whole bunch of ridiculous examples of this buying and selling coming from not Great Millstone, but these other camps, IUIC, it just, you name them. Anybody that's outside this truth, they have their own illusion of what that means to not be able to buy or sell. Even though you see all signs is pointing to it's already here being used. Once again, you scan to buy the product. It's already here in visible sight, and you still got fake ass, lame ass 501c3 preachers trying to say, "Oh, it's a white girl. It's this. It's doing that. Oh, it's believing in Jesus." When we all came from that silly ass belief, majority of us, that is. Okay, and I'm gonna read this 17 again. And that no man might buy or sell save he that had that mark, once again, that charagma, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. How's that all? How can you have one or the other? You can't. It's all wrapped up in that one little grain of rice. When it's scanned, it does every piece of information that was just said right there. The number, the name, okay? All right? All of that involved in. So bottom line, we're here. The beast is alive, okay? And Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, none of his saints will take it. You know, the election will not take it. That's a promise. And with that, I pray that this was edifying. Shalom.